You do this, you can exponentially increase your sphere of people that you want to work to and the referral base in weeks. You can build a referral business without ever even having to done a deal before. What I'm going to teach you today are some of the things I actually learned more or less recently in my career. You may never have to do prospecting again. All right, so one of the most popular questions that I get asked is, Sean, I want to build a referral business. Traditionally, if you look at referral businesses, it's just that. You get referred from somebody that you either like, know, and or done business with in the past. So when people think of referral businesses, they generally think of a business that grows over time. And that isn't incorrect, but a common misconception is that a referral business has to take time. And I think that is probably one of the things that people are missing out on huge. Generally speaking, that somebody has faith in you, has trust in you, and knows your ability and is telling somebody else to use you versus the other millions of other agents out there. So the business is a lot easier to attain. And we know as real estate agents, even if we're master negotiators, amazing marketers, and have 1000% of our clients' best interest in mind, the most difficult part is finding that client. You can do all those things awesome, but if you have nobody to help, then those skills are a bit of a waste. What I want to focus on and what I'm going to teach you today are some of the things I actually learned more or less recently in my career, in the last 4 or 5 years, that have really transformed my business and not just made it financially better, but more fruitful, because I deal with a lot of people that I love to deal with, not just have to deal with. So I'll give you a bit of pre-work. I started my business, real estate business, 11 years ago, and at the beginning, I never really thought it was a referral business. Obviously, I wanted to treat my clients awesome and do best, but I was always in that sales shark, prospect, door knock, cold call, etc. And all those things are still part of what my team does and still part of what I coach, because I believe it is a fundamental part of your business. However, what I've realized over the last few years is how easy you can build a referral business without ever even having to done a deal before. Okay, so what I want you to do and what I'm going to teach today and what I've learned over the last few years is building your avatar. What is your avatar? An avatar is your ideal client. And when you look at, if you are brand new to real estate or a seasoned agent, usually you can look back into previous businesses or previous jobs or even your friend base on who you get along with best. And then you can ask yourself, why? Why was this client so much easier to work with than this client? Why do I get along with these people and not those people? And generally speaking is, most cases, not always, but most cases, they're somewhat of a reflection of ourselves. Who are we? And we look at, okay, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I love to do adventure. I like to go exploring. I like to hunt, fish, do all these other kinds of things. So immediately when I meet with somebody and they like doing the same thing, I no longer have to show and build trust with that people because, and I shouldn't say no longer have to, obviously you still have to a certain bit, but there's naturally gonna be rapport built. We're naturally gonna want to work together. We don't have to sit there and just talk about real estate. We can sit there and literally talk about all these other hobbies for as long as we want. So how does that affect business? How does that affect referral? How do I turn that into actual money at the end of the day? Well, this is the trick. Okay, so remember, referral business is basically business that's been handed to you with rapport. So if we know that our clientele are in many cases just like us, or we know that, and it could be personality based, it could be culturally based, it could be a whole bunch of different things, how can we search for that clientele? Far too often, as marketers, we put our names on billboards, we put our names on bus stops, back of cars, and it's list with Sean. So that's not a bad thing, right? But list with Sean is like competing against Coca-Cola. You literally have to be everywhere to get any kind of traction. Instead, if you're able to advertise and market directly towards the people that are your avatar that are just like you, your amount of return is gonna be huge. And you may say, okay, well, listen, like for myself, I'm a big outdoorsman, I love hunting and fishing. That can be polarizing. Vegans may not appreciate it or whatever the scenario may be. At the end of the day, that client may be like, oh, that's a guy I want nothing to do with. But the reality is that client probably wouldn't have called me just with a list with Sean sign. If I put something out there that shows who I am and targets the audience that I'm going to have some naysayers that are unlikely that I would be working with anyways, but then I'm also going to have a lot of the clients and a lot of the people that want to work directly with me because we already have that rapport built. Okay, so how do I make this actionable? Like, how do I turn this into something I can actually do day to day to get a bigger clientele base? Well, first things first, we need to jot down what your avatar is. So I'll give you an example of mine. So mine are entrepreneurs or professionals making between 500 to 5 million a year. They are outdoorsmen, active sports activities, like everything from ultra marathon runners to MMA fighters to the different genres I've been in the past. They're big in the outdoors community, like I said, and that basically paints a picture of my avatar, right? Those are the clients that I want to work with and I get along with best. And in general, we do great business together and they refer me out to other people. So, okay, I have that written down. Step 2, an incredibly important part. Who works with these people? Outdoorsmen, for example. You might find them I'm a member of the Wild Sheep Society. You might find them going to local hunting and fishing clubs. You might find them in a ultramarathon running club. Whatever the scenario is, these are all the places you might find them. Who services them? Well, if they're entrepreneurs, they're gonna have accountants, they're gonna have financial planners, they're going to have possibly different marketing companies. If they're making between 500 to 5 million, they might be in the luxury car market, they might be wherever. So I create a database and list of the people that service the clients I wanna work with that are going to be like-minded to myself, and I go after them. And it's very easy. You can use a little tool I learned about called Google to basically search up every single one of these people, give them a shout, introduce yourself and see how you can mutually work together. Because if you're a lot like them, chances are they're gonna have a lot of clients that are just like you. So that's step 2. Step 3, networking. Put yourself in front of these people where these people are going to be. So for example, big outdoors convention, big ultra marathon race, wherever the scenario may be. And I'm not saying I go to these places just to prospect. No, I'm genuinely interested in these places. So it's a win-win situation. I want to go to them anyways. But the funny thing is, especially in real estate and business, how easy it is to build a connection with somebody at these places that will turn into long, lifetime, not only business relationships, but friendships. So I want you to do those first 3 to start. So first thing, we're gonna create the avatar. Second thing, we're going to actually find the people that service them so we have people to call right off the hop. Third, we are going to network and get in front of them. You do this, you can exponentially increase your sphere of people that you wanna work to and the referral base in weeks. I've had an agent on my team turn around, do this, and within 6 weeks, get 11 listings, all within this one group. Right? So, and this can apply to whoever you are specifically. If you're looking to make a referral-based business, having your avatar and who your preferred client base is gonna be one of the strongest ways to make that absolutely and exponentially expand in the quickest amount of time. On a last note, I really want to emphasize you truly advertise who you are. I think one of the issues that a lot of us find as business people, as agents, far too often we're worried about what everybody thinks about our opinion and what we are. Stand behind, be genuine, you are who you are. If you're a race car fanatic and like luxury cars, make the world know it, because you're gonna find other like-minded people just like you. Remember, there's 8 billion people on this planet. There's so many people that you can work with that are just like you. Why waste your time working with others that are gonna be completely and polar opposite and are gonna give you more headache than return? And at the end of the day, being successful, it doesn't necessarily just mean making a bunch of money, which we all want to, but it also means enjoying the work that you do. And is there gonna be struggles? Is it always easy? Absolutely not. If anything, it's polar opposite. But I can look back and say, hey man, I really enjoy working with these types of people. I really enjoy my job day to day. I really enjoy coaching people that are like-minded to me. I really enjoy etc. And I feel like if you can find that avatar and work that niche and grow from there, it's gonna make that referral business so much easier to expand. You may never have to do prospecting again. Anyways, I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions about it, or give me some examples of maybe when you've really noticed that you've started going after a specific niche of people because you get along with them better or whatever the scenario is, I'd love to learn about that and hear about that. So put some stuff in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, please, and follow. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you have any questions, always let me know. I'll be responding to those comments, and I look forward to helping you guys in the future.